Hello again, fellow gears. What's up? It's Matic. I'm bringing you another speedrun tutorial. This one is the garage spawn on Fuel Depot. Just a heads up, this is a very sweaty run. It's very sweaty to get it all set up and difficult, so you definitely need a good crew to get through this one, that's for sure. We go in here with the typical setup of 1 scout, 1 engineer, 1 sniper, and 2 siphon soldiers. There are 4 required stationary spots on this map, and they all pretty much spawn in the versus spawn opposite of where we spawn in at. While this loads up, I need to give a huge shout out to everyone who helped me get the video footage for this tutorial, ran this with me multiple times. That would be Jaded Zombie, Grizzled Hulk, Pro Hitman 1942, Sniper Legend Mike, Dr. Schwazi, Morse, Big in the Game, Slaughter 00, Lolly Force, Killer P727, Loki 71K2, Bolt and Blue Sky, Gravity Sin, J Money, Dr. Power X, and Quiet Non. Thank you all very, very much. While I run to the other spawn here, just a quick comment that if you look in the video description of this tutorial and other tutorials, you will see timestamping of sensitive things like boss pushing grenades, spawn blocking decoys, etc. Check out the video description. Okay, so this is the garage spawn where they're pretty much all going to spawn at. This is a spawn here, as well as here, and then they'll spawn deep in the garage as well. And the soldier on the right pretty much is just going to breadcrumb his grenades through the garage here, all through there, and then be careful on your nades here, put it there and then by the door, because you don't want to put a grenade over here where they spawn. That's a very sensitive spot, easy to block, so keep those grenades out of that small spawn area. And then grenade here and here. Then early on, especially for the soldiers, because it's sweaty to set up, really breadcrumb your grenades early on when you set this up, so you can get this set up fairly easily, hopefully, because like I said, it is a sweaty run. And this soldier spot to stand is going to be right to the left of this ammo crate here. Alright, and your other soldier on the left side is going to plant the left spawn. Going to go ahead and put a nade about here, and then the sandbags, and then once again breadcrumb your grenades in here, down this white stripe all the way to the back here, and then you can throw a nade here or there as well. It all works. And again, as I mentioned early on, because this is difficult to get set up, soldiers breadcrumb your grenades out pretty far early on until you get set up. This soldier spot to stand on this side is going to be right up here on this last blue barrel there. Now watch out, 4 or 5 times a game you may get some odd spawns behind this soldier here, so you want to plant a grenade, keep a grenade there at all times, because they'll spawn there. Drop shot is your best friend, and you can just, call it sniper strike if you wish, just to take care of that corner odd spawn 4 or 5 times a game or so. Alright, and your engineer spot is going to be right here. And your scout spot is going to be back here on this truck, just a smidge past the back tire here, right there. And a couple times a game, you're going to get, once or twice an odd spawn here in this corner. Kill with the drop shot, or again, sniper strike, call out, just takes care of it. Now, when you first set this up, you will have to purchase 2 spawn blocking decoys to block the spawn in here. And the first one is going to go right here where I'm shooting. And I'll have a video on exactly where these are later on in this tutorial. Okay, and the other spawn blocking decoy is going to be opposite of the east loading bay here and the west loading bay. And this decoy spot is very, very picky. You want to get it really close to the red rope, almost touching, but not quite. I'm just kind of shooting the silhouette of how the decoy is placed here. And again, later on in this tutorial, I will have video footage showing you the decoys accordingly. Now, to get this sweaty set up, there's a couple different ways you can do this. You can start off here after you get the decoys with a barrier, and then a couple sentries, and then you can mirror that over here on this side, a barrier, and a couple sentries until you get 5-6 sentries, and you move up and you get level 2. The other way to start out after the 2 decoys is by barriers. Get 3 barriers along here, enclose the spawn, and then your sentries you keep back a ways until they're level 2, and then you can push everything closer up to the barricades in the spawn. Now, as far as the boss goes, if you pull a Kestrel, he will spawn typically here by the helipad in between the gas station and fuel tanks. As far as Carrier Snatcher Swomac, there are 1 of 3 boss spawn locations on this map, but we push the boss over here by the scout. The boss spawn's there, and we line up a decoy here. And then on boss waves, the scout is just going to slide back from his normal spot there by the truck to the back of the truck, and then gets to take out the boss there. To ensure that the boss does push there and spawn there successfully, there are 2 other boss spawn locations that you will need to block with a grenade or fortification. The first one is going to be right over here on the top of it. Looks like an acorn or an ice cream cone here in the ground, right on top of it right there. And the other spot you'll need a grenade or fortification is going to be behind where the Fabricator goes, right smack in the middle of these 2 white lines here, right there. Now we'll go ahead and show you the Fabricator location. And it doesn't really seem like it's not a very picky fabricator, but you just want to center it here with the handle on the freeway K-rail here. Right in the center there as so. And with that, that is the Fuel Depot Garage Spawn basic speedrun tutorial, and I have advanced tutorial footage and everything coming right up. Here is a quick clip on exactly where to place the spawn blocking decoy on the east loading bay. Here is a quick clip on where to put the spawn blocking decoy on the west loading bay, and this decoy location is very, very picky. Here is a map overview of the spawn. Here is another map overview of the spawn. Another map overview for you. Here is one more map overview for you. This one is of a boss wave. Here is an engineering setup of what I do when I engineer this. As usual, pretty simple and basic. We have 7 total sentries and 3 barriers. The sentries are set up in a 1-2-2-2 format here. And I've always said on this run, on this map, like, the engineer definitely has the easiest job by far on the map because it's so simple to keep everything maintained. And I keep the sentries kind of back this far because it seems like if you push them much closer, it can cause odd spawn out. But as I always will say, make it yours, make it better, and definitely put your own spin on this. Here's some boss waves for you. What makes this sweaty run fun is the scout is the one that gets to go toe-to-toe with the boss on each boss wave. As long as you have a drop shot, definitely always fun. Another boss wave for you. Pull the Snatcher, and as usual, as I've said several times, Snatchers do not last long on our runs. Here's one more boss wave for you. But with that, that is the Fuel Depot Garage Spawn speedrun tutorial. It is definitely a sweaty run, but still a lot of fun. Enjoy it, everybody. Thank you.